live from the Star in Frisco. Dave, where are you going? Are you hiding?
I just felt like doing something
Dave's
different.
trying to leave.
No, I mean, I could if you wanted me to.
Is it because we are giving out report cards today?
Yes, I always hated report cards.
I did too.
Because they were bad for me.
Well,
They
let's
were never
you're smart.
good. No.
Let's just see as teachers, as the people, the spectators. Let's see how we did back in week 4. These are the grades we gave. Passing offense, A.
I gave it an A. I did.
Plus.
Oh. B plus, secondary.
Front 7, what was your reasoning for that?
It was a cue for Robert Quinn because he was dominating.
that's
Honestly,
right.
And he only had one game at that point.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
But
Garrett was an A-.
Man.
So what we're going to
how are we
Tell us, Mrs. Draper.
We're going to get back in class and re-give out some grades. The first one, Taylor, I'm going to you, passing offense.
Well, I have a positive one to start us off. I'm going to go ahead and give an A-. Now, Dak Prescott still leads the league in passing yards, and he ranks 3rd for passing touchdowns, only behind Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson. So this guy is in good company. Now, here is why I am surprised that this is the case still. This is a team that paid a lot of money for their running back, and passing offense seems to be the most consistent part of this whole team. So it's crazy to me that we're talking about this still in week 12, but that's just how it is. You've had 2 of the last 4 games with 100-yard receivers, and it looks like it's still the thing that's keeping going. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
A-.
We can't argue with that.
Yeah, and the minus
solid.
is due to the fact that they didn't get a touchdown against them.
I guess we're looking, not collectively as a whole. They have been doing well when it comes to passing.
You're right.
Still haven't nailed down the wins. I have Ezekiel Elliott, and the reason did I do B plus or B minus last time?
I gave it
B plus.
B plus.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I hang around B plus, but maybe go B, like in between a minus and a plus. Let's go B, because he's 10 yards away from another 1,000-yard season. It really snuck up on me.
Wow,
It'll be back-to-back 3 in his career, but Zeke is just getting absolutely pummeled, really not breaking away without getting hit at the line of scrimmage, and so he hasn't got those big explosive runs that we've seen. Again, I don't know if we put that on Zeke. I don't think that should reflect in his grade, but he has not had the huge tear-away, breakaway, stretching the field type of runs that we want to see from him. He's getting really beat up.
That is very fair, Mrs. Draper.
4 games
I like it.
without a 100-yard.
I like it.
1,000-yard season on the way, though.
Yeah.
Now, should he be fed more? Should he be eating more?
He's getting, how do you explain this? I mean, he's
That's
getting
tough,
absolutely beat up at
He
the
is
line.
getting smacked out there, but do you think they should give him more carries?
I do. That was my.
I thought they went away from him in the Buffalo game. I thought they did.
Yeah.
He was running
back
well.
to-
Yeah, he averaged like 6 a carry.
Yeah, he was
doing
playing
good.
well. And they went up 23-7. The score gets away from you, but I thought they could have used him more even in the first half.
Feed the
Gary,
beast.
you are next. You are giving out your grade.
All
right.
This is the one I want to see.
All right, so for secondary, I think I gave him last time a B minus, I think. So I'm gonna give him a C plus this time. They've only given up 3 100-yard receivers the whole season. They've had sticky coverage from what I can see. They've given up a lot of contested passes though, like 50-50 jump balls. You can't have that, and they don't take the ball away. They haven't had any they had like 4 interceptions
picks.
the whole season. That's dead last in the whole league. But they've only given up 300-yard receivers, sticky coverage, but they got to start winning those contested passes, and they got to start taking the ball away if they want to have a shot at improving this grade.
Dave, name those 3 100-yard receivers quick.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Spot.
Cole Beasley?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
was
one.
one of them.
Bingo.
They were losses.
Who were the other 2?
New York Jets.
One was the first week.
Both New York teams.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. Yeah.
Evan Ingram.
And then the other New York.
Anderson.
Yep.
It should all
There it is.
All right, Dave, we
Right.
got to get to yours. What is your grade for the pass rush?
Well, I was so funny last time I said Q because Robert Quinn was kicking so much butt, and he still is, honestly.
He is.
But we can't give the whole front 7 that grade. I'm thinking C, honestly. DeMarcus Lawrence is playing really well. Robert Quinn has obviously been one of the best stories of this entire season. The pass rush as a whole, 33 sacks, hasn't been consistent enough. And then if you want to tie the entire front 7 into it with these linebackers, yes, Leighton Vander Esch has been injured. No, that's not a great excuse for how down the linebacker play has been all season. It's a C, which it's weird to say about a unit that's top 10 in the league in terms of yards allowed. It hasn't been what we thought it would be.
They would agree with you.
Yeah, no, and I think this team is frustrated. They said it themselves in the locker room the other day. The talent's there. You've seen flashes of it. It hasn't been
Just need to get the dubs.
Really quickly,
C for
before
consistency or lack
go to
thereof.
Jason Garrett, do you want to say? Do you want to let the fans know what Jerry Jones just said on the radio here in Dallas?
Yeah, that was fun. Jerry Jones said, "In my opinion, Jason Garrett will be coaching in the NFL next year."
In the NFL.
In the NFL.
Hey, ooh.
Which, as the
But
guy,
he said he was the man for this job.
he did say that, but as the guy who has the power to hire or fire Jason Garrett,
It's not a good look.
It's not. It's an interesting comment. Which,
There it is.
listen, this is a team that had Super Bowl aspirations. To hear from Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett, they still do. They're still 6-6. I give Jason Garrett. You guys know I like to have fun with play on words. It's a D for the division lead. He's got the division lead. The job the Cowboys are doing right now is a D. It's a D, but you have the potential to fix it because you have the division lead. I just think
So
it
what
ties
you're
in
saying
really
is,
well.
like, when the end of the semester comes, it's finals time. You could end up getting into the C range and pass.
Round that grade up.
Jason Garrett,
you can pass.
Jason
I'm
Garrett
glad
could
Lindsay
ace his
brought up
test.
the C range.
Jason Garrett is me in college. I would go to my professors and be like, "Look, is there anything I can do?" And they're like,
Extra
"Yeah,
credit.
hit this number on your test and you'll be fine, and you won't have to take this over."
I love this.
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be added.
know.
Shall we
That's
go
good.
behind enemy lines here? Because
Yeah, sure.
they got some people up there that
See
we
what they
need to
got.
be talking about. Dave, I'm going to let you start it off.
I mean, I'll just take the obvious one if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Lil Mack,
Is he good at football?
yeah, arguably the best pass rusher in football today. Honestly, what's funny, and you hear Khalil Mack, and I'm not trying to take credit away from him. The Bears are having the same conversations the Cowboys are. Obviously, this is a 6-6 team. He's only got 6.5 sacks on the year. Down year for the pass rush. They had 50 last year. They're half of that right now. They've got 28. Still think Mack is going to be a tough draw. He likes to play on the left side. Another big challenge for Lyle Collins. It seems like a weekly thing for him. I do think Mack can flip and flop, though. I think Tyron Smith will have to go against him at least a few times, too. If these tackles can win against Khalil Mack, again, Bears aren't getting a lot of pass rush this season. If they can handle Khalil Mack, Dak Prescott should be okay.
And Tyron's been he's been causing a few flags, penalties as of late.
Flags.
Yeah.
Gotten beat
Hasn't
a few
been playing the
times. I
best.
think injuries catching up to him for sure.
Yeah. Dave, you like the draft,
I
and
love
you
the draft.
studied a guy named David Montgomery.
I did. Iowa
ended
State
up-
Cyclones.
There we go.
At the Chicago Bears, he is now splitting time with Tariq Cohen, but he is a beast. And here's what scares me the most is that this linebacker group for the Cowboys right now is missing Leighton Vander Esch. He's likely not going to play this week, so you need to watch out for this guy. And Dave, I think in my best draft analysis, I would describe this guy as a bowling ball running back. He will just run right through that front seven that Dave just told you about, and you need that to not happen this week because he is very good for a rookie running back. He's only behind the guy Josh Jacobs up with Oakland Raiders, so watch out for David Montgomery. Don't let him be the next C.J. Anderson that gives all of Cowboys fans nightmares.
Got a future on the draft show, I think.
I think so. I think so. A bowling ball description gives you right in.
Running through the pins, huh?
Yeah.
I know you have Dak Prescott, who's been practicing in a glove this week.
Yeah, this is true. I got a different type of matchup. It's not like a one-on-one. It's kind of a strategic type matchup. I got Dak Prescott versus Eddie Jackson in the backfield. He's a center fielder for Chicago Bears. Now, this should be an interesting matchup because Eddie Jackson, he's not like a household name like a Earl Thomas or a Jamal Adams, but he's one of the premier safeties in the NFL. Through his career so far, only 3 years, he has 9 picks, 25 passes defense, and 3 defensive touchdowns. So this guy makes a lot of plays, and he does a lot of great job of reading the quarterback's eyes. He likes to disguise his coverage. He likes to kind of bait that quarterback into throwing interceptions. He does a great job at it. So Dak Prescott's going to have to do a great job with his eyes. He's going to have to use Eddie Jackson kind of like a joystick back there and kind of mislead him in different directions to open up the other passing options out there, especially if they want to attack this Bears team vertically. But overall, this should be a great matchup to watch.
And Dak said, talk is cheap. It's time to go do it.
Let's do it.
Let's to hell
Do
with
it.
talking, he said.
Saying that for a
Witten.
while.
All right, guys, we've told David so many times we need his boldies to step up. We need them to be bold. We need them to knock the doors off of this studio. What do you got?
always hate on me?
What do you got?
I always hate on my
Easy,
bold
David.
predictions.
It's easy.
Here's the thing. They're going on the road. They haven't been playing well. I don't feel great about the Cowboys' odds of winning this game. I'm not saying they can't, but it's just been that type of month.
Yeah.
It's an outdoor game in Chicago. We've been talking a lot about the Cowboys kicker. The Bears have notorious kicker problems. So, like, karma suggests that this is just going to be a field goal fest. Like, it's going to be cold and windy. I think there's going to be 8 combined field goals in this game. The Cowboys have struggled in the red zone. I see them kicking 3 or 4. I see the Bears kicking another. Like, this isn't going to be.
Maher will make 3 or 4.
This is going to be like a 22-19 type of game, I just think. And yeah, hopefully Brett Maher makes more than the Bears.
Maher,
Cowboys get out of there with a win. Yeah, but field goal fest all day.
All day? I like it.
Thursday night.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not.
And you're not gonna like mine either. Yeah, the Maher fest continues. Dave, yours feeds right into mine. I think that Brett Maher gets the game-winning field goal because this is the NFL, and what we've seen is that it's absolutely psycho and changes week from week. I think that Brett Maher is going to get the game winner in this game, and the Maher Mania will rejoice, and everyone will cry tears because he will stay here on this football team. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us down the road.
Give me a distance, like just if you had to guess. Like, will the Maserati go below 60?
Yeah, it's going to go below 60. I'm going to say 47.
47. That's the distance Dan Bailey hit for him last night.
He has been struggling with. So
Okay.
So,
That would be nice.
This would be crazy. It would be absolutely bold.
To hit from that range.
For me, I actually forgot what I said I was going to do. So it's either going to be defensive touchdowns or 2 interceptions. Either way,
Barry, you picked the INT.
Either way, this defense
That's
has
what
got to pick it up.
happens when
They
you win.
got to intercept this pass. They got to do something out there. My boy Woods has had 2 already this year. Somebody else got to pick up the game. Jordan Lewis, he's a ball magnet out there. Mitchell Trubisky, he's known for throwing picks. Hopefully we can get a couple off of him. Maybe some sack force fumbles, but we got to get the turnovers.
Is this what happens when you get the dub? You're right, and then you just slap on them.
Like, I don't have
Come on, Lindsay,
You're
we
right.
gotta hold it up for the
I'm
girls.
keeping mine simple, 10 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. Zeke, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cowboys will be on the road. It is going to be freezing. It's not going to be raining this time, so hopefully Zeke can just secure the rock, get it done, churn out that clock on the road. Cowboys can come home 7-6, and we'll all be a little this much happier, a little bit happier.
I thought you were about to say Zeke was just going to hit 1,000 yards, and I was like, way to be bold, Draper. Way to step out on the
That's
limb,
built
Linz.
in.
He's gonna get 10 yards. That's a Dave Hellman
That would've been a
prediction.
Dave prediction.
All right, 2-minute drill time, and if you're a sports fan in general, you're going to love this because we are talking Dak Prescott and Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavs. Who will be the MVP first?
Did Mike Marshall, our old producer who now works for the Mavs, write this question?
I love this segment. Honestly, it's funny because like Dak sort of handed this MVP torch to Luka because we were talking about Dak as an MVP candidate. It's not going to happen this year. Like, I mean, November just did not work out the way Dak needed it to win that award. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic is
Untouchable.
he is torching the NBA right now.
Averaging 30.
Unpopular opinion, I'm going to go full homer and still say it's Dak Prescott.
Whoa.
Because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
Whoa,
It's not going to happen this year.
love to hate
Here,
the
Yeah.
your
Cowboys.
word is who will win an MVP first.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
say this
Dave's
year.
keyword
I didn't
here.
say 2019.
Yes, that's Dave. Now,
Now that's a bold
here's the
prediction.
funny thing that I would like to know. Barry, I know you were on your way to the NFL, but Dave, what were you doing at 20 years old?
Oh, man.
Not things that Luka
Working-
Doncic is
I was
doing?
working at Plucker's Wing Bar and drinking too much.
Well, Luka is just dominating the NBA at 20 years old, and I think that's what's giving everyone this impressive view of him. Giannis, he's kind of holding on to it though. So
Here, which it
honest.
goes back to my point, man.
Compared to LeBron and you're 20,
Yeah, I get
that's a good thing, right?
is
Luka-
Dak being compared to Brady right now?
No, and listen, Luka's a freak. He's going to win the MVP. He's going to be great. That's awesome. Dak still plays for the Dallas Cowboys, the most visible franchise in the NFL. He's obviously proven he can play at that level. He hasn't been doing it the last 2 weeks. He's proven he can do it. Groundswell of support for the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. They make the playoffs. I'm talking in the
6-6,
future.
Dave.
I'm not talking about 2019. I'm saying, look, the NBA, you got Giannis, you got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis, you got
Patrick
Harden.
Mahomes, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson.
Dave,
I'm
this
just
happened.
Dak. The path,
loving it. I
the
love
path
it.
to Dak winning the
Hold on. You
MVP.
gotta put something on this.
Clearer.
You're out
If
of
this-
time.
Let's do it. What do you
If
want to
this
put on it?
happens, you have to shave a star into the side of your head.
never.
And if
Out of time. Guys,
It'll
Dave
be
has
back.
to be on a
No,
plane
no.
tomorrow, so we don't have a show.
Yes.
We'll be back Friday. See you.
Fine.
Luka.
Luka for
shave a
MVP.
star in your head.
Y'all think he's going to win it this year?
No.